What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most requested reviews analysis, so stick around, you don't want to miss this. But before we get into that, if you're considering a purchase, don't miss out on this incredible discount available right now. Check the description below and the pinned first comment. Now let's not delay any further and jump right into the details.
Let's start with our first reviewer's experience.
This reviewer found this Wi-Fi access point to be an excellent product, far better than anything else they've used, giving it a top rating despite an initially annoying setup. Once it was up and running, everything worked beautifully. For anyone wanting a truly solid Wi-Fi experience, this device is a great choice. It supports both 2, 4 GHz and 5 GHz bands with modern standards, and its radios are extremely powerful. The range is impressive, easily covering a large area and delivering stable connections perfect for demanding tasks like streaming high-quality audio without lag. Our reviewer noted that while their phone didn't get the full speed of their internet connection, it was likely a limitation of the phone itself, not this access point. Where this device really shines for more advanced users is its management software. It's packed with professional-grade features, allowing for deep customization of settings, creating multiple networks, and even steering devices to the faster 5 GHz band. Adding a second unit is simple. The controller software automatically configures it, creating a seamless network where your devices can roam as you move around. A nice bonus for this particular model is its support for standard power over Ethernet, which helps reduce cable clutter if you have a compatible network switch. However, the initial setup was a real pain point, even for someone with technical experience. You need either a smartphone app or dedicated controller software on a computer to get started. This client found the smartphone app setup to be flaky and unreliable at the time. They ultimately had to use the computer-based controller, which, while more powerful, is an extra step that casual users might not want to deal with. After a week, marred only by that initial hurdle, our reviewer was extremely impressed and plans to buy another. It's an easy recommendation for anyone moderately tech-savvy, and with a more polished mobile setup process, it would be a no-brainer for just about anyone.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer is so glad they chose this access point over a more mainstream rival they were considering. Their previous network was a cobbled-together solution, relying on an aging 2, 4 GHz router that crashed frequently and a separate, cheap 5 GHz mini AP to supplement it. This two-device setup was frustrating. The mini AP had a slow Ethernet port that bottlenecked its own wireless speeds, and its range was abysmal. The constant crashes of the main Wi-Fi led to a stream of complaints from the family, prompting the search for a single, reliable unit to replace everything. During the search, our reviewer seriously considered a popular mesh system, but a few key issues became deal-breakers. As a systems engineer, this client demands a high level of control over their network. The rival product, while sleek, was primarily a router, and using it in a simple bridge mode meant sacrificing most of its advanced features. This, coupled with concerns about the manufacturer's tendency to abandon products, made it a risky long-term investment. They decided to purchase this access point instead, favoring its reputation for stability and control. After setting it up, our reviewer couldn't be happier with the decision. While the configuration is definitely more involved than your average consumer device, it's perfect for a tech-savvy user. The performance has been a revelation. The signal range is excellent, providing solid coverage throughout their entire apartment. Most impressively, they can finally achieve their internet plans full speed wirelessly, a feat that previously required a wired connection. This access point strikes the perfect balance, offering professional-grade features and flexibility without the overwhelming complexity of true enterprise hardware. It's an ideal solution for anyone who simply needs a high-quality, powerful access point they can truly manage themselves.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer recently purchased this wireless access point, and even after just a few days, they've been completely won over. Having typically relied on standard mid to high-end wireless home routers, our reviewer considers themselves a prosumer with a solid understanding of networking concepts, even if not at a professional IT engineer's level. They wanted to share their initial impressions after switching to a separate access point plus gateway router setup, instead of an all-in-one wireless router solution. The first thing to know is that this device isn't plug-and-play like a typical wireless router. While not difficult to set up, it requires a bit more effort than just connecting cables and power. For someone who enjoys tinkering like this client, that's perfectly acceptable. In fact, the most time-consuming aspect was physically mounting the access point. The software setup itself is surprisingly straightforward. It involves downloading the controller software onto a PC or server and running it. The software is intuitive, and the user interface is easy to navigate, allowing for initialization, configuration, and monitoring of the device. The difference in performance compared to a single wireless router is massive. In a 1200 SQFT apartment, mounting the access point on the ceiling in a central, open area resulted in full signal strength throughout the entire space. Even in the furthest corner of the bedroom, the signal was strong. Previously, there were constant drops and lag in that same bedroom, making streaming impossible. Now, the connection is stable and fast. The reviewer is particularly impressed with the advanced features offered by the controller software and the clear, informative way it displays stats and data. The ability to turn off the blue LED is a nice touch too. Overall, our reviewer is extremely satisfied and plans to never go back to all-in-one wireless routers. While it requires more effort to set up a dedicated access point, the IMP.
That's it for this one. If you found this helpful, tap that like button and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Questions? Let's talk in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.